Alright guys, today we are going to be talking about another match that has just gone on, like, literally about 15 minutes ago. It was G2, no it wasn't, it was FaZe and Fnatic, my bad. G2 used to be in FaZe. But with Keo, like Rain, recently Alu, FaZe have been looking pretty decent in my opinion. They're like 7-1 in Pro League, I think it is. Like, they're topping the chart. I'm like 90% sure of it. But then it's not Fnatic, it's Godsent. God damn it, I got both the teams wrong. But Godsent being pretty much an ex-Fnatic roster with Pronax, Schneider, who was the one that left, and then I think Olaf replaced him. Basically just an ex-Fnatic roster. They should like already have some chemistry, but like all the strats shouldn't be there, like some improvement needs to be made and whatnot. But for me, Pronax is like the top in-game leader that I've ever seen play. Nobody really comes close to him. Like, there's a few others, of course, like Blade's an amazing in-game leader for what he has to work with, in my opinion. But still, like, Pronax is just on a next level genius when it comes to CS. And I was expecting these to be like really close games, especially like off the maps it was on. It was Mirage, Train, and then Dust 2. And like I wasn't really bothered which way it went, but Godsent probably edged it because I used to love Fnatic. So like they were probably just tipping it for me, but I still like FaZe as well. I loved them when they were G2 with Makalele and whatnot. I think Makalele is one of the most entertaining players to watch, and seeing him on NIP it's a breath of fresh air. I feel like he can play how he wants now, if that makes sense. But Mirage was 16-4 to Godsent, which is just an ungodly result. Like, I don't know how they pulled it. Like, JW looked like him from like Cologne 2015. Like, he was hitting these just crazy ass op shots, just randomly dropping out of a window to underpass and just hitting some crazy ass shots. Pronax, like even as the in-game leader, was having some decent frags. Crims would hit like I think it was 3 or 4 4Ks in that one game. So like they all had like a decent game, but it finished 16-4 when FaZe were on the T side. Their economy just kept on getting reset, so like I'm fairly sure it was like 13-2 just from like the first half alone. So like that's just an incredible CT side off Godsent there. But then going into the second map, which was Train, I was like, alright, then like Train should be like fairly even. Like, I know they just got repped and whatnot, but still, it should be like a somewhat even game. That map finished 16-3 in favour of FaZe, so like, it was just complete reversal. Keo was hitting some crazy shots. Onto the first buy round, FaZe kept all 5 SMGs, which was not necessarily an uncommon strat, but it's an unusual thing to do. And they still came out with the round. It was like, what the hell? So then that happened, and then as the rounds went on, it was players like JChem stepping up big. It was there was just so many people hitting some ridiculous shots that just shouldn't have been able to happen. And then for them, I think it was 15 to no, it wasn't. That's a lie. It was 14-1. By the time their CT side finished, which they started off. It was just an absolutely ridiculous result. But then from that, going into Dust 2, like Dust 2, one of the most balanced maps in the game, everybody knows how to play Dust. It was a 16-4 scoreline again, something like that. I can't remember it exactly, but like it was great. No, it wasn't. I think it was 16-7 in favour of FaZe. And that is just something that shouldn't be happening when you have like the players that are on Godsent. JW, one of the best uppers of all time. You have Crims, one of the best just overall players of all time. You have Flusher, you have the best in-game leader. They've now missed out on 2 major events that they can get into. like they missed a Pro League that they can qualify for because they lost to VP, so they're not even in Pro League anymore, which is actually a really disappointing thing in my opinion, but hey, what happens happens. And now they've missed out on ESL New York, which is not only going to be a sick-ass tournament with like the teams that are there, like the NA qualifier for it is over the next 2 weeks, but I've been watching like the American Pro League, and Cloud9 are like 14-0. It's just ridiculous. The only team they have is, well, are still yet to play is a SK, which we all know how that's going to end. But SK and Cloud9 are just looking phenomenal right now. Like, for the players they have and the style they like, just the contrasting styles, it shows that like if you have the players, you can make any like style when it comes to Counter-Strike, I guess is the word, you can make it work. So like with Stewie's aggressive pushes and then with say like Fallen's tacticians, it's just a crazy, like, I actually think like the NA time of Counter-Strike is about to happen. You have Liquid who are looking phenomenal. I know they don't have Simple anymore. Who's this kid talking? You need to be muted. But I know Liquid don't have Simple anymore, but they still have like a crazy ass team, even with Pimp, who's like just a proven player over time. Then you have like JDM, who in my opinion is one of the most underrated uppers. Like a couple of years, well, not even that, like a year ago, he was challenging for one of the best uppers in the world, but like he dropped off a little bit, same as Stradoodle did in like 2014. And now he just looks on point. So between like Cloud9, Liquid, and SK, they all look like they're about to have a phenomenal like year or two. I want to say 2 years because I love America, I'm not gonna lie. And I find this like American CS so much more like entertaining to watch. I just find it so, I don't know, so much more fast paced, which isn't necessarily good, but it is fun. Like it's like you shouldn't play CS that way, but it's a lot of fun to watch. But it's just been absolutely ridiculous, and then I just don't know what went wrong because I kind of went on a tangent. Not Fnatic, but damn it. Godsent are normally so strong on Dust 2, especially like their A hold. Like, you have some of the best players in the world now that have missed out on back-to-back like major tournaments. Well, not majors, but like massive tournaments to take part in. And it's just, I don't know what it is. Whether like somebody's like turning the team toxic, maybe they're arguing more, maybe they just need a complete like, maybe keep 3 of the players and get rid of another 2. I don't know, but something's going wrong for them to lose to FaZe 16-7 and 16-4. Like, they even used to be good at, like, on training, which is the map they got stomped on. It's just something that isn't heard of. But anyway guys, if you did watch the match, let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.